Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to me being able to upload stuff. I'm sure you've seen my updates from the past couple of weeks where there was something very wrong with my internet, and I initially phoned up my internet service provider. They said they ran a bunch of checks, they said they couldn't find anything wrong with it, but it got worse and worse, and the download speed tanked, the upload speed didn't exist. Eventually it became so bad that they allowed me to send out an engineer, and the engineer, found that there definitely was a fault, and it was actually in the box attached to the telephone pole over the back of the houses. So nothing in my house and nothing that I could have done about it, needed an engineer. So the moral of that story is, no matter how much your internet service provider claims that there isn't something wrong with your internet, if your internet's not working, it's not working, and you just keep fighting until they get someone out to fix it. Because don't listen to them when they tell you that there's nothing wrong with your internet. It's lies. There is. If you've got an upload speeds of less than 0.2, there is something wrong with your internet. Let's be quite serious. They also owe me a refund by their own policy, so look forward to that. But moving on from that, I'm in a different location today, just purely for what I'm hoping to film here. So my friends and I were having a conversation just last night about old kind of 2000s, noughties era shovelware and like bad licensed games, particularly on the PS2 and the Wii. That kind of era where it felt like every movie or TV show or cartoon or whatever needed to have some kind of licensed game attached to it, and the quality was iffy at best. And we were saying how there are some that really are like diabolical ones that we had, and we just don't even know why we owned them. Probably because like our grands picked them up at Asda, or like we got them in this pre-owned deals that you got at Game back in the day, where you could get PS2 games at Game. What a revelation. And then some that we actually really liked, even if we don't really understand why we like them, just ones that we have really fond memories of. And it just sort of encouraged me to go and get my box of PS2 games out, because I have a pretty substantial game collection. I'm gesturing because it's over there. It's over in that side of the room. And obviously my PS3 and PS4 games are mostly games that I actually wanted, because people don't just pick up games anymore at the shop. You don't just go out to get your shopping and see a cheap video game and get it for your kid or whatever. They did, my parents and my grandparents and stuff did that when I was younger, when it was the older consoles, but you don't do that anymore. Games are too expensive, and if my family want to get me games for my birthday or whatever, they'll ask what I'm actually looking for, what game I want. So my PS3 and PS4 collection is mostly games that I actually really want, apart from I have the Avatar PS3 game, and I'm gonna make a video one day talking about how much I love Avatar. I'm talking about James Cameron's Avatar, not Avatar The Last Airbender, though I love that too. But I only ever played the very beginning of that game because I could not figure out how it works. So maybe one day I'll do a let's play of that, but I really don't know because I just remember it being bad. But apart from that, my PS3 and PS4 games are all games I actually like and want. But my PS2 and my Wii collection is a bit more eclectic, and so I brought it down. I'm passing it, you can't see it, but it's here. So I think together we should just go through my box of tricks, my box of old weird games, and we can just talk a bit about them, and maybe I'll get some inspiration. I mentioned in my update that I couldn't get the PS2 working with the Elgato. That has now been resolved. I ordered something offline and I used it and it worked. So we're all good on recording PS2 footage now, which means I can get these games onto the capture card. And that is just going to open its own can of worms, really. So let's just go let's just start right at the end. Okay, a classic. Guitar Hero 5. You cannot go wrong with Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero is one of those games though that I pull out like once a year, if that. Like, Guitar Hero was so cool when it came out, but it just very quickly became not cool anymore. And I kind of got over it quite quickly. This one's got some good songs in it. It's got All Along the Watchtower, and as a Battlestar Galactica fan, obviously I love that song. You Give Love a Bad Name, Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting, I love that song. It's got some Nirvana, you know, some Tom Petty. 85 songs by 83 artists, it says, so that's only some of them, but I don't know, I just lost interest in Guitar Hero very quickly. Also, Guitar Hero absolutely drains the Wii batteries. Like, I mean, the Wii remote batteries don't last very long anyway, but you put in a new battery to play Guitar Hero, and by the time you're finished, the battery's dead. So bloody annoying. I'm imagining that these are both, yeah, so these are the other ones of my Guitar Hero collection. So we've got Greatest Hits, which, as you can see, came pre-owned. And I can't believe I spent £15 on that. The price, you know, like, what I used to pay for video games is insane. And obviously, like, games cost, like, £50 these days. And I tolerate that. But, I mean, look, this one here was in a 3 for 2 bin and it was only £5. So I don't know what the fuck I was doing paying £15 for that. So that's Legends of Rock. This one's Greatest Hits. It's got some Lamb of God on it. To be quite, oh, it's got Miss Murder by AFI. Oh my, oh, it's the one that's, yeah, it's got Through the Fire and Flames on it, the song that nobody can do. Carry On Wayward Son. I have a feeling I have not played this one very often because I don't remember doing those songs, so maybe I should rattle that on one day. Legends of Rock, which it doesn't really list very many songs. It says it's got Anarchy in the UK, Anarchy in the what? Anarchy in the UK, Welcome to the Jungle, Paint It Black, I fucking love Paint It Black, Before I Forget, oof, that's a hard one. And then this is Guitar Hero World Tour, which is the one I always played the most. I really like the career mode on this, and they had King Tut's Wah Wah Hut, which is a club in Glasgow, so I was really buzzed when we got to go to King Tut's. But yeah, I just remember playing What I've Done over and over again on this. So maybe the reason I got bored of Guitar Hero is because I always had in World Tour and never played the other ones. That could be it. Let's move quickly on. See, you will notice there are a lot of music related things in here. There's a lot of singing games. I love to sing. I really want to test out if that works, if you can do SingStar on the Elgato, if it will, I imagine it should work. It records the in-game audio, but at the same time the SingStar mics were not exactly the best microphones in the world, so you know, it might sound like shit, but I'll test that out one day. But this is one of them. This is my Wii Andrew Lloyd Webber Sing and Dance, where you had to sing and dance, and I was good at the singing, the dancing less so. But to be honest, this game's an absolute riot. I completed the career mode, and when you go through career mode, the last level is Phantom of the Opera because those songs are like so difficult. But it's good. It's so much fun because I love Andrew Lloyd Webber's musicals. I know he's a bit of a, you know, but I like his musicals. Oh my god. So me and my friend discovered that this existed, and he got me it as a joke. It's the Angel of Darkness DVD game, which in fairness is a lot easier and a lot less stress than playing the actual Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, which I do own. It's not in here because my Tomb Raider collection has its own special duplicate in the shelves because Tomb Raider is my favourite thing. And I would die for it. Or at least I would before 2013, let's not go into it. But yeah, this actually made Angel of Darkness playable, which, you know, is a feat all of its own. But look at the state of it. It doesn't even look real. Look at her face. I still don't know, like, this is licensed because it's got actual, like, exclusive dialogue of, like, a tutorial from Janelle Elliott. So it is a real IDOS game. It's got IDOS in the box. I just don't know why they even made it. I really don't. And it came out in 2006. So, like, I don't know what they were doing. Okay, now we're getting into the PS2 games here. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I fucking love Tony Hawk games, right? But for some reason, this one drove me up the wall. And I keep saying I'm going to go back to it, but this, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I had to get Nathan to come around and do a chunk of it for me because I just couldn't fucking do it. Like, I don't know what was wrong with it, but I found it really frustrating. So one day, maybe, hopefully, I'll go back and actually, like, complete this. But Tony Hawk games were not easy. Tony Hawk on the PS1, I tried last year during lockdown. I was like, right, this time I'm going to beat Pro Skater, like, just the first one. Can I get past the Marseille? Is it Marseille? Or is it Chicago? What is it? It's the second... Aye, it's Marseille. Marseille, the competition. Cannot get past it. Which is exactly where I got stuck as a kid. So fuck that game and all it stands for. But American Wasteland is actually a fun time. It just for some reason is really, really difficult. This is a classic when it comes to licensed games. Scooby-Doo Unmasked. We actually brought this one up last night. This was super fun, and you got to like dress Scooby up in a bunch of like weird costumes to fight off the monsters, and for some reason it's got Adam West in it, so it's a fun time. That being said, I have like such little memory of this. Like, I remember it being fun, I remember the gameplay, but if I put it on, I couldn't tell you what actually levels and stuff are in it. It feels like it's got a book in it. It does. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at how green this book is. Jesus Christ. Scooby medals, Scooby snacks, recipe ingredients, mubber, clues, trap pieces, Kung Fu costume, Bat costume, Robin Hood costume, Velma's notebooks, Shaggy's Porta Kitchen, monster profiles, and it had its own bonus art. Maybe I'll fire that up one day, or maybe I won't. I really don't know. Okay, so I never finished this one. It's Crash Twinsanity. I remember this one being a pain in the arse, and obviously Twinsanity is a Sierra Crash Bandicoot, so it's never going to be particularly good anyway, but I just remember playing it and getting really stuck. And I love Crash Bandicoot. I've got the Insane Trilogy and I've got Warped on PS1, but I don't know, I couldn't get into this. And this is the thing, I keep these games because I always think to myself, like, one day I'll go back and try and complete it, because I do like that. I do like to go back to old games from my childhood and try and beat them, but yeah, so maybe I will. What I do remember of that game is at the very beginning, Coco comes like skipping out with her laptop under her arm, but I don't remember much else about it, so maybe I will. But I'm pretty sure Twinsanity is known to be one of the worst Crash Bandicoot games, so maybe I won't. Oh, this is an interesting one actually. So this is the game that came with my PS2. This is what came with the console. And I still have no idea what it is. It's Brave. Search for the Spirit Dancer. And I really don't know anything about this game. Like, it's from Viz Entertainment. I don't recognize anything about this. I don't remember ever hearing anyone else talk about it. I don't know where this game came from. Like, I don't know what it is. But it came with my console, and I played a little bit of it, but I don't remember being particularly enamored with it, and I think I just very quickly moved on to the PS2 games that I actually wanted. Like, I went out and bought ones that I wanted to play. But maybe this is one of the ones I should fire up again. I just remember it being quite basic. It was an early PS2 game, I'm sure. I don't know if it's got a date on it anywhere. Oh, it's 2005, so actually no, it wasn't a particularly early one. It felt like it was. But yeah, you play some kind of kid that's a shaman. And you have like... He's like Native American, I assume. You do a bunch of like kind of magical, mystical things and fight monsters. I can't really remember. Oh, apparently you can fish. That's always fun. You love a game where you can fish. You find dream catchers, you track animals, you can possess animals, you've got a tomahawk. So yeah, we're talking Native American game here. Oh, there's a Wendigo in it. Oh, nice. I do love a good Wendigo. The only people I recognize from the voice credits are Fred, I can never remember how to pronounce his name, Tata Swar, that's not how you pronounce it, and Tom Kenny. Yeah, Viz Entertainment, Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, so I have no idea what this game was, but it's something that I own. So maybe I'll fire that up one day and find out what it actually was about. Oh god, okay, I mentioned this one last night when we were talking to my friends, because I absolutely hate it. The reason I mentioned it is because my friend was talking about the Lost game. I can't remember if it was for the Wii or the PS2. I'm sure Ubisoft developed it back before they became who they are now. And I was like, yeah, I don't have the Lost game, but I have pretty much the Lost game because I have Sims 2 Castaway for the PS2. And this game basically involved you running around the island doing tasks, trying to reunite your crew who all had like different personalities and stuff. And you had to like craft your like homestead, you had to like build things, make your own foods, build huts, explore. And no matter how many times I've tried it, I just can't get into it. I want to enjoy it, even just like ironically, but I can't. I just don't like it. It's just not a good game, and it's really slow. Trying to do anything takes forever. It's just not enjoyable. It's not a good game. Oh no. Yeah, so I actually was one of the saddos that fell for Tony Hawk Ride Shred. I didn't have Ride, I had Shred. Yeah, there's not a lot I can say. I really thought it was going to be the most fun thing in the world, but actually it was just a way to make people buy a really expensive peripheral that was not particularly well calibrated and not a lot of fun. But I still own it because I paid a fucking shit ton of money for that, so fuck it. Let's move on. Oh, iconic. My Sims. You know, I played this not that long ago, and it's still fun. It really is. Like, it's very much for children, and it's kind of silly, but it's super cute, and it's enjoyable. It's a good time. It just drives you up the wall when you can't find the bloody essences that you need to build the furniture, or when you run out of parts, so then you're just sticking apples all over the furniture, and it looks ridiculous, and they're like, oh, that's the coolest furniture I've ever seen, and you're like, no, it isn't. That's just a classic. Everybody who had a Wii had Wii Play, because that was one of the best kind of party games that we had for the Wii. Yeah, nothing bad to say. I loved the one where you rode a cow. I had a really good time with that, and I kind of like the kind of, what was it? What would you call it? Like Pong, but lasers. Ooh, this is an interesting one. So this is a fighting game, and I don't like fighting games. It's just that when I spotted this in a shop, I felt like it was my moral duty to buy it. It's and I want to talk about this in a video. I'm not quite sure what the angle of the video is going to be yet, but I really want to talk about this in a video. And it's Legend of the Dragon for the Wii. So it is literally just a fighting game, but you play as the various characters from Legend of the Dragon. Now, if you've never seen Legend of the Dragon, and like I say, I want to talk about this in a video, so I'm not going to go into depth, but essentially it was a kid's cartoon, and in my opinion, it was severely underrated. I really enjoyed it, but you know, they never aired the finale in the UK. I don't know if they ever aired it. There was a whole drama about it, and it means that we never actually saw how the series ended, and that pisses me off to this day. Ooh, there were receipts in it. I paid £3 on the 15th of May 2011, so I would have been 15 at the time, but still love Legend of the Dragon. I don't know if it's got a thing with the character. Yeah, here's your characters, yeah. So, Ang, Ling, Bengal, Wu Yin, Xuanxi, Cobra, Chow, Ming, Lo Wang, Shung, Billy, Robbie, Bastet, the Jaguar God, Chang Wo, Keiho, Victor, and Yin Wei. God, it was such a good show, and that's why I got it. And like, I don't have any interest in fighting games, so I don't actually find the game particularly fun. I was just really excited to find something about Legend of the Dragon, because I feel like I'm the only person in the world that remembers it. Also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing super fluffy trousers, it is, like, in the words of Geralt, wind's howling. It is blowing a gale here and it's freezing outside. And I got earlier on it was absolutely torrential rain and I got soaked. So I'm nice and wrapped up warm. This is one I actually need to play more often. It's High School Musical 3 Dance. And I was kind of annoyed because when I got it, I really hoped it would be more like Just Dance, and it would be like someone, sorry, I was reading a message. It would be like, you know, where you follow someone dancing, but it's more just kind of like a circle where you have to like hit. What's that game that they have for the VR, the dance game? It's a bit more like that, which is fine. It's just not quite what I expected, but I should play it more because it's fun. And I love High School Musical. I have a lot of High School Musical games, for better or worse. I was talking about this one last night. It's Ben 10 Alien Force. Now, I fucking love Ben 10. Ben 10 was one of my favourite things prior to Omniverse. But I loved it. And this one was really fun because every time you had to change Alien, you actually had to like use the Wii remote and like go like that, as if you were hitting the Omnitrix to change Alien, which I thought was pretty cool. But it's actually a really fun game. I played through it twice and it's got a decent story. Obviously, it's all the actors from the show. You get to play as all the different aliens, and it's just a really fun game. Like, as the Ben 10 games, as licensed games go, are actually really good. Same with the Generator Rex game. I've got it for the PS3, it's great. I've been trying to platinum it, but it's actually far more difficult than I expected it to be. This is the worst game I own, hands down. It's Konami, so there's literally no excuse. But even from the look at it, it actually, just from the quality of the box, it looks as if it's like a knockoff, but it's not. It's called Seven Blades. It's fiendishly difficult, and I'm not sure if it's that way by design or if it's just bad. Like, it has a very, very sparse save system and some very, very difficult fights, which means that when you die, you end up catapulted way too far back in the story to ever be interested in trying to catch up. Basically, it tries to sell itself as you can play as either one of these characters and they have slightly different stories, they do different missions, which is true. But to be quite honest, the game is so bad it absolutely makes no difference. I did once sit for like 6 hours once drawing this picture just because. I don't know why, because I don't even like the game. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. I absolutely hate it. And I don't know why anyone ever thought it was a good idea, because it wasn't. Oh, I'll take these out at the same time. So these, this one is pre-owned, that's why it's so wrecked. I take good care of my stuff, but other people don't. I should probably just peel this off, because it's kind of making it worse. My Tony Hawk's Undergrounds, like I said, I love Tony Hawk, and Tony Hawk Underground are my favourites of the whole series. So, like, this is my favourite Tony Hawk game. This is a close second. I just think they're great. I think they're so fun. Also, I have always had like a bit of a crush on Bam Margera, and he's in this game, so like, I love him. I used to play these games all the time, and I would just skate around for like hours, and I think I was just skating around like lost in my thoughts. It was just a way to keep my mind busy, which is sort of a running theme with me when it comes to video games. Oh yeah. I always remember like the Berlin level of Underground. Like, I spent so much time there, just going in and out of the big church. Don't know why. And I know if I played it now, I would probably be bored because, you know, I have a lot of other games that I can waste time just running around in that are a lot bigger and a lot more interesting than Tony Hawk's Underground. But at the time, that was like the pinnacle of gaming fun for me. Another Tony Hawk game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I don't think I've ever finished this, so that's probably another one to add to my pile of old games I should do something with. You can see I bought a lot of games from Game and their 3 for 2 PS2 sales. I have a lot of games from that. That was always the highlight of my trip into the town, was doing that. So these are really important to me, and I will be doing a let's play of these games. That was pretty much the main reason that I was wanting the PS2 to get set up, was to do these games. And it's the Bratz collection for the PS2. Also, that's daylight robbery, but still. So I love these games. Unironically, I've played them so many times. I fucking love Bratz in real life. I collect Bratz dolls. I love the Bratz movies. I'm just a huge Bratz fan. When I hear people saying like, oh, I would never let my daughter get a Bratz because they look like sluts, I want to punch something. I saw someone online who buys old Bratz dolls and turns them, like, erases all their facial features and like turns them into modest dolls, and I wanted to cry because I'm like, I'm trying to collect these out of production Bratz dolls and you're fucking wrecking them. But never mind, chill. But I love these games. And a fun fact is that they're made by the company that my uncle worked for. The company no longer exists, but at the time it did, and he was in the core programming team for these. So I'm not going to tell you what his name is because I don't want you going and trying to find me online, but take my word for it that if you open up the game booklet or put in the game and look at the credits, you will find my uncle's name in there. And I used to go to him and be like, are you making another Bratz game? And he's like, NDA. And I'm like, yeah, but are you? And then I'd go and give him feedback, as if my general feedback on the quality of a Bratz game was somehow going to influence the way that they made them. Let's be quite serious. But I was a dumb kid and thought that my opinion held weight. And also, for the record, Rock Angels is the best of the three. So they peaked too soon, but they're all good. The second one, you get a cat or whatever, but this is still the OG and the best. So Rock Angels will be coming to my Let's Play channel. Coming to my channel as a Let's Play. I don't have a separate channel. Very soon, because I am absolutely buzzing to play through that one. Yeah. I was so excited to get a new Animal Crossing because I only came into the series with Wild World. But I just don't like Let's Go to the City or City Folk or whatever you want to call it. It's just, like, if you go in, I haven't even upgraded my house once, which says something considering what I'm like when I play Animal Crossing. I think it was a letdown, and I should have known this from the start, the fact that you had to play it on the Wii. The good thing about Animal Crossing was that you could pick it up every day, check in on your animals, do stuff in the town, see what's in the shop, and then put it down and carry on with your day. And that's what I was doing for a long time, even with New Horizons. But I couldn't do that with the Wii because my parents had the right to use the TV too, and I couldn't just come in all the time and be like, parents, move out the way, I want to go and see KK Slider and Let's Go to the City. And we only had one television, so it wasn't as if I could take the Wii and put it in a different room or whatever, so I didn't really get to use it properly. And to be quite honest now, I just consider it too much effort to even boot it up, and I don't like the Wii remote. I don't find it comfortable to play games on for a particularly long length of time, and to sit and really get any hours into Animal Crossing, I just don't find it fun on the Wii. And I know that was a game I spent a lot of money on, and big regret, but you live and learn. Ooh, Spyro: A Hero's Tale. I mean, it's fine. Fine. I have nothing else to say apart from that. Like, I've never completed it, but it's got Agent Bird or Sergeant Bird, whatever his name is, and Hunter and stuff, so that's cool. But that's probably what I need to go back to, because I do love Spyro. I've got all three of the original trilogy on PS1, so it's probably one I should go back to someday. But some of these in here are just, oh dear. This one I got from my mom. She just loves Tetris, and that's really all there is to it. I've never been as big on Tetris, but she loves Tetris, so I don't want to have a lot to say on that other than she likes Tetris. This was one I actually got very recently. I got it from CEX 2 years ago, purely because my mom and me, my boyfriends, and my mom's partner usually spend New Year or Hogmanay night playing daft games on the Wii. I don't know how this became a tradition, but it has. And then when I spotted this in CEX, I was like, that will be absolutely hilarious when I'm the only one that's sober and they're all trying to play the cube while half cut. So I got it, and you know what? It's actually super fun, but it's also incredibly difficult, and it will make you want to launch the controller through your TV. But I highly recommend. Crazy Taxi. I fucking love Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi is one of the best games ever made. Unfortunately, like, I much preferred Crazy Taxi 2, and I had it for the Dreamcast that I borrowed, but I don't have that Dreamcast anymore, so I can't play it anymore. But when I was a kid, I absolutely loved playing Crazy Taxi 2. But Crazy Taxi is, you know, a worthy alternative, I suppose. But it will never be Crazy Taxi 2. This is one I also got quite recently, and not through choice. Barbie Dreamhouse Party for the Wii. Nathan got me this because we watched Matt and Pat play it. Or I think maybe it was Matt, Pat, Liam and Willie. And we were just in hysterics the whole time. So Nathan bought me it just purely so that we could play it. But to be quite honest, we love Barbie Life in the Dreamhouse. Like, that program is absolutely hysterical. It is so good. So... like, I'm not saying I recommend the game's bad. I do recommend watching Barbie Life in the Dreamhouse because it is a brilliant show. I fucking love it. Everyone had to have it. I didn't get The Sims 2 for my computer, and the entire reason was that I knew that your Sims could die in The Sims 2, and I didn't know that that was a function that you could disable, and so I just assumed that all my Sims would die. And I mean, they could always die, but I mean die from old age, and I was going to get really attached to them, and then they'd die, and then I'd be really sad. So I opted not to get it and got the PS2 version because they couldn't die in that, and that was a really stupid decision. I ended up getting the Sims 2 for my computer a few years ago, and I've got all the expansion packs now, and it is absolutely the best Sims out of all of the Sims games, and I'm an idiot for not investing in that as a child. But you know what? This has a story mode with like actual objectives and stuff, and it's actually pretty fun. And she's the character that I play as, her there. And I called her Diamante. Diamante Stone, I think, which is just the most fucking epic name. And you can live on a boat and stuff. Like, to be quite honest, this game was slamming. But I would much rather play The Sims on the computer. Oh, these are my iToy games, because of course. So iToy Play and iToy Play Sports. I still have my iToy camera. It's kicking about here somewhere. Everybody fucking loved the iToy. I mean, this game was like the best fun. The one where you wash the windows. And I liked heading the football and stuff. Oh, and the ninja one where like you would have to like karate chop people when they came out of the windows and stuff. This was a great game. Sony absolutely had their head screwed on when it came to iToy. And then iToy Play Sports, I don't remember as much, but I'm sure it was also fun. iToy was really the predecessor to the Wii. But honestly, I think the iToy was more fun. Oh, and I had this! Yeah, I could definitely get back into playing this. iToy Anti-Grav. So you basically, the whole time you were on a hoverboard and just control the hoverboard with your body. And I mean, it doesn't work as well as you'd think it would, but it's absolutely hilarious. It also has a thing on it that says not to be sold separately, but I got it pre-owned, so lol. Yeah, this could be a laugh. If I can get the iToy to work with the Elgato, that could be a laugh and a half to put on. What the heck is that? Oh god. Okay, this one first. Pop Idol, the video game. Pop Idol is a laugh. Why is this so heavy? What the heck? How? Oh my god. Why has it got 3 instruction manuals? My goodness. What is this? Instruction manual, play instructions. Why is it upside down? Wait, what? What's going on here? Oh, wait, what? Oh, it opens out, okay. Yeah, so that's the Pop Idol instructions, I take it. The thing that was really fun about, you could play with the dance mat, but like, I don't have one. The thing that was really fun about Pop Idol was that it wasn't a game where you sang, it was essentially a rhythm game, but with singers. So if you were crap at the rhythm game, they would start singing badly, and I mean really badly. And so most of the time, the most fun way to play was to just put on a song, and if it was me, generally Celine Dion's Think Twice, and then deliberately fuck up the rhythm game so that they would screech and it would be hysterical. I remember I played it with my friends once when they were slightly drunk and we were in tears. It was priceless. I was oh-godding at this. Shadow the Hedgehog. I got this unironically thinking that it must have been a cool game. I did not realise that this is the worst game. The worst game. I've never managed to complete it. To be quite honest, I don't think I'll ever have the actual dedication to do so. It's not good, I don't enjoy it, but I still think Shadow is a cool character, but that's not a cool game. Is that the one that has the I Am All of Me song? I'm sure it is, and it's trash. This game is bad. That's the rest of them falling over. This game is bad. There's no real other way to say it. I remember playing it, I just don't enjoy it. Also, whoever they had voicing Shrek, I seem to remember, was really bad and did not sound Scottish in the slightest, and I was just offended. It's got a party system, like a proper like JRPG party system. Trying to see, yeah, right, these are your characters. So Shrek, Puss in Boots, Fiona, Donkey, the Gingerbread Man, Little Red Riding Hood, the Big Bad Wolf, and a fairy. It just wasn't very fun, to be quite honest. I just don't have a lot of fun with it. And trying to learn the controls for all your characters was just a pain in the arse. Multiplayer mode. You know, I miss the fact that like old PS1 and PS2 games always came with a multiplayer thing, because you just don't get that anymore. Like games are not designed for couch co-op anymore, and I find that really sad, because I don't want to have to fork out for PlayStation Plus to play with my friends, but to be quite honest, at the same time, I don't always want like some big, you know, epic international multiplayer experience. Sometimes I just want to be able to sit on my couch and play co-op or play versus with one of my friends, and you just can't do that anymore. You know, like that was one of the things that was so much fun about the Tony Hawk games, was that you get your friend round and just sit and play the versus mode for ages, and you could play like King of the Hill and Capture the Flag and stuff like that. It'd just be fun. You just don't get that anymore. Like, games just aren't designed that way, and it really, I think it's really sad. I think it's really definitely missing something. Michael Gove, or Goff, not Michael Gove, but that's who voiced Shrek, and it's bad. It's bad. Cody Cameron was the Three Little Pigs, is that so? Oh no. The Shark Tale game. Oh, I had Shark Tale for the Game Boy Advance. Oh my god, it's so difficult. Oh, I hated it. No, never speak of it. Yeah, bad game. Bad game. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't have a good time with that at all. This game. Right. I love Codename Kids Next Door. I think that is a massively underappreciated work of art of a cartoon. I could talk all day about how much I love Kids Next Door, but see this? Fuck it. Fuck it. This game is so difficult. I've never got past the first few levels, and I don't understand why it's so bloody challenging. Like, I don't get it. I'm looking around because I know it's not in here. It's here somewhere. I have a Teen Titans game as well. Exact same problem. It's just really, really difficult. And I mean, I could try it again, and I keep thinking, you know, go away. Get good at games. If you can beat Horizon Zero Dawn, you can beat this. But you know what? I don't think that's true. Like, I tell myself, like, if you beat this, etc. really difficult game, then you must be able to beat this old kids game for the PS2. But you know what? No, that's just not the case. It's just not. Maybe I will... That's the thing. See, if I did a Let's Play of this and then I couldn't finish it, you'd all be disappointed. And this is why I try to stay away from doing Let's Plays of games where I think there's a chance that I might not make it. I've never finished this either. I know everyone agrees that Sonic Heroes is a fantastic game, but I think we can also all agree that it's not exactly a particularly well-made game and that it's infuriating. And to be quite honest, see you know, at the end of the day, the problem is that I'm actually just not that big of a fan of the gameplay in Sonic. I love Sonic as a character, I love the Sonic universe, I just don't really enjoy playing Sonic. And Sonic Heroes is definitely an embodiment of that. I just don't have that much fun with it. I really don't. And then these are all one game. This is my SingStar collection. So we have Disney Sing It, SingStar 90s, SingStar Pop Hits, SingStar ABBA, High School Musical Sing It, SingStar Pop World, the best, SingStar Anthems, SingStar Boy Bands vs Girl Bands, SingStar Party, and SingStar The Original, which I love because it's got a career mode, and that's what I'm tempted to do if I can get it to work with the Elgato. Should certainly be an interesting ride. So that is my, you know, I have that. I don't have SingStar 80s though, and that really pisses me off because SingStar 80s has some really good songs on it, and I'm like, oh, why have I got like every SingStar but SingStar 80s? What's that about? So maybe I'm going to need to go and try and track that one down, but I don't really play SingStar anymore because I don't really have anyone to play it with, and I can play it by myself, but in a way that just kind of feels a bit embarrassing. But if I play it on and capture it, then I'll feel like I'm not playing it by myself completely. There's a couple of other games, and I think they must be kicking about somewhere, but I want to talk about them, so give me a minute. Okay, I don't know where they've gone, but I had 3 other games I wanted to mention. One is a licensed game that I would not recommend. I think it's probably not here because I put it in the bag to donate to CEX. It's Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Were Rabbit for the PS2. All I remember is that it's an absolute nightmare. I remember at the very beginning you have to catch a bunch of rabbits with Wallace and Gromit. It's not a fun time at all. Do not recommend, don't play. Teen Titans, which, right, they must be around here somewhere because I think I specifically kept them out of this box because I was still playing them, like actively playing through them, and I've obviously misplaced them, or I just don't remember where I put them. The Teen Titans game is really fun, but I'm stuck and I can't get any further, and I don't know why, because I'm not the whole thing is you have to like do this thing in a time limit, and no matter how many times I do it, it just doesn't happen in the time limit. So I don't know if it's a glitch or if I'm just bad at the game, but I honestly, I can't see another way to do it. I can't see any way to do the thing that I'm doing any faster. So that game is a nightmare. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds. Fantastic game. Absolute pain in the arse. I also haven't completed it because it's just so frustrating to play. You just die constantly. It bumps you back to the beginning of the level no matter how far you've got and how well you think you're doing. You just want to fucking die. But it is a really good game. If you can put up with that, then I recommend it. I also have another Ben 10 game for the PS2, an original Ben 10 game. It's super fun. It's nothing special. It's just standard game, but it's fun. I should find that again. I'm sure I sat it out because I was playing it, and then I don't know where I've sat it, so I need to dig that out. But yeah, those are my PS2 games. This is my janky collection, and I have an even jankier PS1 collection, but I'll save that for another day just because this video is already going on about. But my PS1 collection is very eclectic. It's very interesting. So I'll talk about that one day as well. But for now, thank you for watching, and keep your eyes peeled because maybe some of these games will be making it to a YouTube channel near you in the future. I really do want to see if I can get the SingStar set up. I'll need to find the SingStar microphones first, and only one of them works, and I can never remember which one it is, so I'll need to do that first. But there's no real reason why it shouldn't work, and that could be fun. But until then, stick around, see what I have coming out next. And also keep your eyes peeled for the Bratz playthrough because it will be coming very soon. And I'll see you then. Bye.